Okay, welcome. So today I'm going to be offering a reflection about beauty and love. So I was asked this question by one of my subscribers a couple of months ago, and they asked me the question about how do I define beauty and love. So I'm just going to offer a few reflections about that. So enjoy. So I just invite you actually to start with placing your hand over your heart. Left hand over your heart, right hand over your belly. So just 2 fingers breadth beneath your belly button. Just closing your eyes and just breathing in and breathing out. Letting your belly rise and then your chest rise. And then letting your chest fall and then the belly fall as you breathe in and then out. Relaxing your shoulders and just noticing what you feel in this moment. And just noticing the touch of your hand, your fingers, your palm over your heart. And just imagining that there's a mouth in your heart and you're moving your consciousness into your heart. And we're more talking about the space, the energetic space in the center of the chest. You breathe in and you breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And then just dropping your hands, but just imagining as I speak that I keep the hands there, that you keep the hands there. So, defining beauty and love. So that exercise, that's the beginning part from, there's a few different people who've taught this, but one of them is from the Heart Math Institute, which is the quick coherence technique. And the idea is becoming more heart-centered. It's saying that essentially when we're in our hearts, then we kind of respond very differently. I think there's been research just showing that when we're in our hearts, in gratitude, then our immunoglobulin A, which is, I believe it's a hormone, which improves our immune system, that is increased for 5 hours after we get really into our hearts. So what's that got to do with my definition of beauty and love? Well, for me, in order to, in order to get into that space of beauty and love, then it's like we have to cultivate it. For everyone, it is different. And I was just saying to my wife before I came out here, I said, I'm just going to go and record a video about beauty and love. And she said, it's in the eye of the beholder. And, essentially, especially for men, so my work's mainly with men, and often what we do is we project the beauty, we project the love onto someone else, and we go, that person has beauty, they have love, and I need that. What's actually happening is, on a psychological level, we are projecting our own hearts, our own love onto that person. So basically, when we get that person, after a few months, when the oxytocin, after a few days, when the oxytocin levels drop, then, we find, and our projections drop, then we just find they're a human being and they've got stuff, they've got this, these issues, the same as we do. So, to define beauty and love, as my wife says, it's in the eye of the beholder. So when you are seeing that beautiful woman, when you are falling in love and going, or that beautiful man, I need that person, come back to where the feeling is. Where's the feeling? And that for me is really the definition. Everyone has a different definition, a different set of feeling, but it's taking full responsibility. This is what I feel. And I can say that it's to do with them. I can give my power to them. That I'm dependent on if they're in my life or not, but come back to the feeling that, oh, this is within me. This is totally within me, this feeling, this beauty, this love. And that's what our work is it's to cultivate this beauty and love within us. I mean, reading the Dalai Lama a couple of days ago, he was just talking about this perception that, we can either feed anger, hatred, violence in our thoughts, or we can cultivate kindness, generosity, compassion. And one moves towards love, one moves towards beauty, one moves away from it. And there's this Native American kind of analogy that this young boy is being told by his grandfather about these two wolves. And one is kind of kindness, love, and the other's hatred, violence. And the young man asks his grandfather which one wins. And the grandfather says, whichever one you feed. And this is very much the same with beauty and love. It's like, do you feed it? Do you take time sending wishes of kindness? May this person be well. May I be well. Is it to spend time in reflection? I love the archetypes and, the magician archetypes about that sacredness. Having time in the garden. Having time in sacred space. I think it's, a lot of us spend so much time in the profane, the everyday, but as Robert Moore talks about in his book, King, Magician, Warrior, Lover, it's important for us to drop into the sacred, into the liminal, to see the magic. And sometimes we forget that. We believe again that the magic is outside of us. It's in someone else. It's having this experience. But what so many spiritual traditions teach is, it's within. Tony Robbins, he says this mantra is, all I need is within me now. It's like, all the joy, all the ecstasy, all the pleasure, it's within me. Don't need those other experiences. So what are some of the other reflections I've put down onto here? Essentially I've kind of talked about all of what I've said here. It's, really cultivating this feeling within you. Cultivating this joy, this love, this beauty. Because it's like the idea of the rose-tinted glasses. It's like when you're in this beautiful space, then everything around you is love and beauty. So it's like you get up in the morning. Joe Dispenza talks about this in his books I've been reading this morning, the Becoming Supernatural. This idea that you don't get up from your meditation until you're in that joy, you're in that love, you're in that beauty. And what happens is it's like you take that out into the world. And it is said that when we're in fear, we release from our skin chemicals. That's why when we're frightened of animals or dogs, they bark at us, because they can smell the fear and they're not sure what we're going to do. Whereas when we're in love, we're in joy, they're relaxed because they don't smell those chemicals. Therefore, it's our work to define the beauty and the love within ourselves by showing up, breathing, starting our day, doing our meditation, getting into joy, getting into love, working through, okay, I've got a problem there, I'm struggling here. It's like, coming back into myself, coming back into my joy, and remembering the sovereign being that you are, remembering the amazing being that you are. So yeah, just a few reflections really here, and the importance that, yeah, my definition of love and beauty, like my wife says, it's the eye of the beholder, you know. So it's up to you to start cultivating that. Then you will see the world very differently. And this is really key at the moment, what's happening with COVID-19, lockdown, masks, all of these things. Are we going to go into fear? Are we going to stay in love? You know, and we're being told to go into fear. But actually love is all about kind of, when we're in love, our immune system's boosted. When we're in love, you know, we are so much more healthy. When we're in love, the body, you know, our relationships thrive. When we're in fear, the opposite happens. All of our energy goes to our extremities. The energy goes from the prefrontal cortex to the hindbrain, so we can't think clearly. And it's like, yeah, totally different things happen. So we need to cultivate that in this moment, in this time. We need to start cultivating love and beauty within, and therefore we start to create that in the outside. So thank you to the person who asked this question, and if there's any other further questions, yeah, please feel free to comment below. So yeah, love and blessings, and yeah, take care.